SpeedCreate. Come on, get with friends, we're going to create some distant lands. In the sky and no one else. The fun will never end. It is SpeedCreate. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of SpeedCreate. And it hasn't been a year, hopefully, which is a good sign. And LBP is here and he's visiting me. I forgot to mention that last time because I got so caught up in talking about planning and unicorns and all that stuff. But LBP is totally here and he's like talking and stuff, and whoa, came to visit. I don't know what he's saying, probably something really smart. So I don't know, yay for Weirdy. That's all I had to say about that. So right now I'm making a part that will not be featured in the full game level. Not really a game, you say. If you play a level, you'll notice that this part is cut out, and that is due to it not being really fun. I mean, the idea was sort of my initial thought was that, okay, the bot's just the same walking as the sackbot, so how can I make this an obstacle? And you know, in theory it's pretty good, I guess, maybe, but you know, my execution really turned it into something more of a chore. You just walked around and jumped over stuff, and that was it. And that is something I might as well address that. That is something interesting to me because you know, it was a new idea, and it was something people probably had done before. Sinking people actually might do that in the story mode, I'm not sure, but you know, somewhat new. And the problem with that, you know, sure, it's new, but it wasn't really fun. I think comphermc, that one guy, you probably haven't heard of him, he's really unknown. In his creator spotlight, was like, oh, you shouldn't include something just because it's original, because it also needs to be fun. I was playing this level, and it was really original, but it wasn't that fun. And this was like a couple of years back, whatever. Time moves very fast when you're doing living stuff. But it was a while back, and I was like, whoa, because I was so freaking guilty of doing that. Jesus, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna make a level, and it has this super revolutionary thing that does make it super new and awesome. And you know, a level in SpeedCreate is such a good example of that. The whole level, you're just freaking, oh my god, I hate that level. You shoot upwards and then you jump up on your shots, and you get a boost from your own shots. Oh my god, and it's so freaking cool when you hear about it. Like, oh my god, whoa, I'm gonna use my own shots. It's so, whoa, that's kind of suicidal, damn. No, but it's so cool and everything. But in reality, you aim upwards, you spend 20 seconds or 10 seconds, at least 10 seconds, just mashing the R1 button, which gives you freaking, it makes your hand sad, your wrist sad, and then you jump up on the box, and then you have to release. And it's cool, you know, that you get to go up from that power that you created by yourself, by your own hard work. But at the same time, it is not worth it in the end. And you know, doing that one time is really cool because, you know, you see oh my god, I have a limited power now that I can create mode and have a paintinator. But that whole level builds on that mechanic. That mechanic that makes the wrist go, oh, please kill me. So that's a very good example of what not to do. What I should have done is come up with other stuff one can do in create mode, because there is other stuff one can do. I think the level had like 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 gameplay mechanics that was different, you know. Jump on your own bubbles, use bubble, jump on your own paintinated shots, use paintinated shots to push stuff, push yourself up with paintinated shots, and shoot stuff at multiple times. And that was about it. That's kind of sad. If I would do it now, I would probably include a paintinator, but now that I have bots and stuff, one could probably make a paintinator in play mode that shoots like 50 of them in play mode and just lol. And then you can have like, maybe you can make a sackbot which shoots point paint bubbles that instantly stops if you hold in a button. And when you release the button, they fly away. And that will be exact same gameplay. Come on, guys, it'll be fun. Yeah, that's a very good example. Don't just do it because it's new. Do it because it's fun and you think it's fun. Speaking of comphermc, if you haven't already, you should probably check out his channel because it's pretty good. You know, he teaches he teaches logic and modular level design, you guys, and awesome stuff. And the dude is really cool. So just a shout out. If you haven't done so, check it out. Anyway, let's talk about the level. Silly me. This is a very nice gameplay mechanic. I am very happy with this part. It's so nice. It looks a lot different in the final game level, as does most gameplay parts. Most of this is very rough and just, I don't know, I write it down and I make it, and then I just try to move on. Not really bug testing anything, not really doing anything much, just whoop 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 whoop. And it works pretty good. Oh, you guys, I told that guy that YouTube said hi. You should probably say hi to him now. I don't know who it was, but you will probably want to say hi. Anyway, this particular part actually turned into a purple tower at the end. Spoilers, and it looks beautiful. I love it. And that particular scenery part, you're going to hate it because it takes 5 years for me to figure that out. But anyway, I love this level. A lot of scenery doing, in my case, is to sort of take out what is not useful at all, or take out what is irrelevant. For example, you see that wall to the right. There's a huge wall there. And in the final level, I was able to completely take it out because I realized, okay, maybe it's not very relevant. And before I had the issue that, okay, maybe you want to jump off, and then I need to limit the players from going down a cliff. Or I don't want the players to feel unsafe when they jump off. You see that from the bounce pad, last one win a bounce pad, last bounce pad. When they jump off from there, I don't want them to feel unsafe, being afraid they might jump off a cliff. But you know, I realized that was pretty stupid. What the hell am I doing? Jesus, calm down. Whoa. Alright, SpeedCreate marathons does stuff to you. Oh hey, playtesting, sweet. So this is the first vision, and you can see me pausing all the time, and that is actually me taking notes of what I need to change. And that is something I can recommend to you very much. Before, I would just sort of try to remember all the stuff I need to change, and I realized pretty quickly that that is not very relevant. So every time I stop here, I'm just taking a note, and I have this notebook that I always used for notes, and it's really, really handy. I can recommend it very much. Not my book, but you should get your own, of course. I don't want to give away my book. Is full with crap by the badgers. But anyway, I just took a note, wrote down what was wrong, and I know I fix it. If I encounter any boring part or any problems, I will just write it down. And if I'm too lazy to fix it at that particular moment, I will write a post-it note, as you can see on the level. And it works great. So that is a tip from me to you. Just write it down. And especially when like testing with friends and having them over, you know, their time might be valuable. You shouldn't just, you know, every single thing they say, and no, maybe not say, every single thing they do is a lot more valuable than what they say, maybe. Some people are great at giving feedback, and that is fantastic. But some people, most people, are either they are too scared or they don't see the errors. You will come to a point, and you might have come to a point because the game is 5 years old. I'm not the only one, I'm sure, where a lot of people are not seeing the same errors as you. You become your own worst critic, and that is natural, of course. And alright, that's fine. But at the same time, sort of getting opinions on your work is very hard when people just doesn't realize that it sucks. So what you need to do is watch them. and if they get stuck in any place at all, you should think, okay, did they get stuck there and have fun? Or did they get stuck there and was frustrated, and did they get stuck for the right reasons? Did they get stuck by thinking? For example, I had a lot of testers get slightly stuck at L1 is equal to R1 part, the one where you get taught that your bot can grab with L1. And a lot of people, like, first they stood at the grab and tried to press R1 with their own person, but of course that did nothing. And then they sort of went around a little bit, and eventually they figured it out, naturally. And that sort of stuff is really good, because that teaches people, and they don't get stuck. But if they do get stuck, you need to figure out. A lot of people are really stubborn when it comes to that stuff. A lot of people are really stubborn. I have had friends that sort of get this one idea in their mind, and once they have it in their mind, it's freaking an inception, man. Once they have it in the mind, you can't remove it. It's there forever. And as long as it's there, they won't be able to complete the level, because they have this one idea stuck in their mind. For example, it's pretty common for people to, like, when they get to a part where they need to activate a switch or look somewhere else, maybe there's a electric button, and they will try to press the button like 5 times in a row, and maybe they manage to get some sort of angle on the button, that the button is pressed like 1 second, and there's a timer that goes on for 5 seconds, and like, oh my god, I got 1 second down, I just need 4 more. So they try to experiment that so much, but in the end it's a block to the 5 meters to the right that I need to get. And you know, inserting that idea that, oh, you can somehow with a glitch sort of press the button for 1 second, that makes player think that that is the solution, and you need to really avoid that stuff, because that stuff is dangerous. It'll wreck people's minds. So that is your responsibility, my friend. But it's really interesting how you can sort of inception people. Not really inception, that's a horrible way to explain it, but you can trick people into thinking stuff, and you can probably manipulate people to do that as well. That's really interesting to me. I haven't really tried to do it, but I can see in playtesting that it happened a lot. Anyway, I have gotten so much off track that my past self is now making trees instead of gameplay. I got really bored with gameplay when I've been creating gameplay for 4 hours at that point. I was like, no more gameplay, plus I just wanna make these trees. I think it was Tearaway that inspired me to make these trees. They look kind of Tearaway, maybe. You should really play that game. Anyway, the episode is ending now. I hope you have enjoyed this second episode of SpeedCreate. I will talk to you later, my dear friend. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, because I love freaking feedback and stuff. That would be pretty cool to get some of that. Have a great night, Mr. or Mrs. or whatever. I don't care. See you until next time. Bye!